Thank
I
you,
think,
sir. Bye, sir.
Adit and Rishikesh, they were asking, is it lying for good is good? Dr. Kiran, if you are there, can you answer? If you lie for someone's benefit, is it good or bad?
Yeah, it's a good question and a tricky question. You should avoid telling lies as much as possible. That is most important thing, and you should not tell lies. Only way you can tell a lie or it is permitted to tell a lie is if you have to save some person, as that Rishi was, in a dare. If he had told yes, then those thieves would have taken that person. So in such a dire situation, you can tell lies, but if you tell lies in such a situation, you should do prayaschitta. That means you should do remorse or act in that such a way. Routinely, for every small things, you should not lie. That is most important thing, and you should always tell the truth, but the truth should not be very rash, and you should not hurt other person. In most of our situation, it will be like that you don't have to lie. You can avoid lying.
Yeah, someone has a question.
I have three questions. Can I tell something to Kiran, sir?
Yeah,
Sir,
yeah.
I have three questions.
Tell me.
Who has a question, please ask. Go ahead.
Sir, I want to tell something to Kiran.
Okay, Naina, you want to say
Yeah,
something?
please tell.
Go ahead.
Nayana, tell.
Sir, whenever I look out any of my balconies, I have three balconies in my place, and even if I look out from every balcony, I only see the mountains from afar. From far view, I only see mountains and greenery, and then the mountains are shaped like the goddess Earth.
Good.
Oh,
See
wow.
how beautiful it is.
Shaped like the goddess Earth. So whenever I
Yeah.
see the mountain, I only get Anjali Hasta in my
Good.
hands.
Very nice.
Every tulsi tree you see the plant, you should see Krishna. That is how you should appreciate everything. Okay? Very
Sir,
nice.
even my tulsi tree which I have almost looks like Krishna's the head part of Krishna, only the face.
Very nice. Very nice.
Now, there is a Raghu has few questions for us.
That's my first question is that I didn't understand Stetam Vajram.
What? You didn't understand?
Sir, I didn't understand Steyam Vardhanam.
Steyam?
Varjanam.
Yeah. Steyam Varjanam means you should not steal. Okay? That means you should not take things which does not belong to you. Or if you should not copy in exam, you should not copy somebody else's answer and say this is your answer. This is called stealing. So you should avoid or you should not steal. That is what is called as Steyam Varjanam. You understood? Raghav?
Raghav, please unmute.
Yes,
and
sir, you have told something else also in the explanation of Steyam Vardhanam. So the acknowledgements kind of that no ignore someone like that.
Yeah, see, that's what I told. For example, you copy from your friend helps you by teaching something. You should acknowledge saying this person has helped you. If you don't tell that, that is equivalent to stealing. You understood? Or if you say, like you have read Rabindranath Tagore's poem and you tell it is your poem, is it not stealing? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
That is what is meant. If you, no problem, but you should acknowledge that this poem is written by Rabindranath Tagore. Understood?
Yes, sir.
That's how it is.
Sir, my second doubt is that, sir, is Indra a bad person? Sir, because he did very bad with Ahilya and other persons. Sir, is Indra a bad person?
See, it all depends on you. There is no good person or bad person. It depends on circumstances and what it is.
Indra just has a bit of arrogance.
He was at that time, what he did to Ahalya was bad. He shouldn't have, that's why he got punishment. Didn't he get punishment? So even if he is
What a curse that she had eyes all over his body.
that's why even though he is Devendra, he could not escape punishment. So we as a human being, if we do bad things, we will get punished sooner or later. That is the moral of this. So many of these stories are, have a moral in that. So you can't judge a person. You should see the value that story says. Just like Harishchandra. What is Harishchandra famous for?
Satya Harishchandra. His name is only that because he always said the truth.
And he always helped the others. So that is how. So that is, we should develop good qualities from each person and then not learn bad qualities from the person. Tell me one good quality about Ravana.
So that he has many much of knowledge. So and quality is that he obeys her mother's order.
See,
and even sir, he has even the quality to become a sage.
Then what? Tell me one good quality of Duryodhana.
Sir, he was only bad. I can't think any more good qualities.
Even though he helped Karna so much, didn't he?
Yes,
he was a good friend. And he used to listen to Shakuni even though it was evil plans.
Yeah. So each person may have good thing and bad thing. You should learn good things and you should not learn bad things. Okay?
Vidhi, you had a question?
Third question. Sir, I have a third question.
Okay.
Sir, is share market playing with money? Because when I see my father, sir, he just says like it goes up, there is a loss, there is a high amount, this kind, this as these those. Sir, so I think that share market is playing with money.
See, it all depends. You should avoid, as I told, you should learn good things. You should not learn bad things. So at this juncture or in your age, you don't know what share market is. You don't know everything about it. So it is not good to comment about it. Okay. But one thing is, nobody should be, as I told in one of the qualities, you should not be addicted to anything. If that thing is there, it is okay. If that thing is not there also, it is okay. For example, chocolate or anything. If you get a chocolate, it's okay. You don't get, you don't have to worry or cry or make a noise of it. Like that, nobody should develop any addiction or any too much attachment to anything.
So share market is good or bad?
Share market is not good or bad. It is just an investment thing.
Right.
It depends on how you look at it. It is okay.
Okay,
Too
sir.
much is bad, but if you are careful, and it is a good investment way.
Okay, sir. And this is my last doubt.
A dog is good or bad?
So this is my last doubt.
I will ask you one question, Raghav.
Can I
Is
ask?
dog good or bad animal?
So what?
Is dog good animal or bad animal?
Dog, good or bad?
Sir, when he protects someone, he is good. So, and when he bites someone without any reason, he is bad.
Good. Similarly, like that only. Everything, if you do good things, it is good. If you do bad things, it is not good. A person always will not be good or bad. It depends on what time or how he is, but we should always be good as much as possible and we should learn good things. Okay?
So this is my last doubt. So in all the gemstones, diamond is the most beautiful gemstone. So is diamond a vibhuti of Lord? So and if yes, so but diamond is non-living thing.
It is. Shall I tell you the secret?
Yes, sir, please.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. See,
Please?
diamond is also a living thing. It is not non-living. Everything is living. Only thing is the consciousness in it is not so high that it is, you don't appreciate it. But there are experiments which have been done, like one famous Indian was there, Jagdish Chandra Bose. He has proved that even stones have feelings. Can you know? This is the secret of it. That is why in prayer, Dr. Timma Pegade told, before you get up and keep your foot on the ground, what you should do?
Say the Bhumi Devi prayer.
Pray
So,
God.
so you can't appreciate it, but every, even diamond, stone, everything has some element of life in them. Okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Can I ask Vidhi your question, Vidhi?
Yes, sir, for example, if our parents, if we don't understand a topic and our parents teach us that topic, and then I ask them a question and they answer that question, and then the next day there's an exam, and then the same question what I ask my parents comes in the exam, then I remember the answer given by my parents and I write that answer. But I remember the topic, I know the topic, so will it be copying?
No, it won't be copying. You have learned it yourself. And when you are writing an exam, it is understood that you have been taught by your parents and you have been taught by your teachers. That is why every day what you do? Every day I told 5 things you do.
Manushya
Yes,
Yajna.
sir.
Oh, Panchamahayagna.
Yeah, there you already, you will acknowledge your teachers and you are acknowledging your parents. Okay? That is why you give so much respect to your teachers and your parents.
Sir, can I tell something, Nayana?
So it's not copying because we know the topic and we have actually learned it, not actually copied it from somebody's sheet.
Correct. You have learned it yourself, they have taught you. Correct.
Ivanchi, you have a question, I think.
Sir, one of my friend told that to me that we have to have attachment with only 2 things, that is our God and our knowledge. Is it true or false?
It is true. If at all, you know, the scriptures say you should have attachments, that is to your guru, your parents, and the scriptures and God. These are the 4 things. In that, God and scriptures are most important. It is, in a way, it is correct. As once you are learning, you will also learn what is this attachment and how much you should have, how much you should not have, and all those things. But for all practical purposes, you should, if at all you want to have in your time, you are confused, 2 things will guide you is your scriptures, your faith in God, and your parents and teachers. So these are the people you should, as a child and even as an adult, you should always be look up to. Okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Nayana, go ahead.
Sir, I have 2 things to say. Sir, one thing is that whenever I wake up, from starting only, when I was 2 or 3, my partner side grandmother taught me that whenever you wake up, first you have to look at your hands, and taught me Karagre. And the second thing is that, sir, you said that Vidhi, Narayani, and someone else started seeing Devi Ganga in the water. Before that only, on Ugadi, I had seen the Lord Vishnu on his vehicle in fire when we did the Arati, and in the clouds when I was playing down.
Good. So you have so much of vibhuddhis. Huh? You write it down, okay?
Very
All
nice.
the things you write it down.
Sir,
Okay?
how come it's possible that we can see Ganga in the water, and as Naina told, she saw Indra on Airavata in fire?
See, every water is like a Ganga. If you don't believe, you don't drink water for about 4 or 5 hours and drink water. How you will feel?
Very
And
relaxed.
relieved.
So you don't have to go to Ganga and take that water. This itself is as good as Ganga water. Okay?
If it's pure, it's like Ganga water.
Yeah. And if you are hungry and somebody gives you food, then is it not Amrita then? Equal?
Yeah, because we'll be starving.
Yeah, that is the vibhuti. You don't have to have some great.
If a stranger gives us food when we are hungry, and suppose there is something in it, they mix and give us,
Oh,
should
see,
we take
there,
that or should we not?
these scriptures, what I'm taught, yama, niyama, all this comes when you are in your parents, when you are dealing in the society, when you are going out, when you are meeting strangers, and all their common sense or dharma will help you. Okay. There, what all precautions your parents have told, your teachers have told, those things you should follow. If some stranger asks you, come help me or something, if you are a small child, don't just go off. You call your parents and then use common sense. Okay.
Sir,
Yeah.
Srinidhi, you want to ask something?
yeah, yes, sir.
Please go ahead, ask.
Yes, sir. So, sir, if God exists everywhere, why do we need to go to the temple and pray?
It's a very, very good question. As I've told you, there are some places where this energy is manifested to in a higher, in more, and also you appreciate the beauty of the nature. I have visited Dr. Sachin, me and Sachin, we have visited Kailash. Once you go and see that Kailash and experience it, it is an experience of many lifetimes, they say, and it is true. When you see the beautiful Mount Everest, or the even when you climb to the Tirupati mountain and appreciate, as you climb the hill, you should appreciate the beauty, the 7 hills, the trees, the leaves, and then the beautiful, the that idol, the so beautiful, that Venkateshwara idol is made. Once you go and see and appreciate it, your mind becomes calm. You will have that sattvic energy in you, and you will, for a long time, you will be refreshed and happy. Just like how you have won some match, will you not be happy? You have played a chess or you have done some accomplishment, will you not be happy? Similar to that, when you visit these temples and do such things, you will also feel some good energy inside you. That is why you do it. But if you can't visit those things like COVID and other things, God is there right in front of you wherever you want.
Can I also answer this?
Thank you, sir.
I want to tell something.
Can I answer
This
this?
is the last thing. So this is the last thing.
Just one moment. See, when there is vacations to us, don't we go to our grandparents to visit them?
Yes.
There are a lot of grandparents in our society here, but we feel very good when we visit our grandparents, right?
Our own grandparents.
Then we have so many things to play at home, inside the home, but we want to go and play in the garden with our friends. And the specific friends. So
There's a different kind of fun with them.
So similarly, only when go to temples, there is a lot of Shakti. When you go there, we absorb their Shakti. And that makes our intellect sharp and gives us the power. Like a car has a shock absorber, you can go for a longer distance without any trouble. That's why we go to temples. Okay, go ahead. Someone had a question.
This is my last question. And I also want to say something.
Go ahead.
Sir, can I tell something or something? So I have watched on YouTube. So this is not my thing. So I just want to tell that I want to give one more explanation for the temple topic. So the Lord is like the water vapor. And so the idols in the temple are like the rivers. So water is everywhere in this form of water vapor. So but we can only access it in from the rivers only. So it's like this also.
Correct. Very nice. Nicely you said. Water vapor is there everywhere, but you can access water only in the river or in the pond.
Yes, sir.
God is everywhere, but it is condensed in that idol in the Garbhagraha. Correct.
Yes, sir.
Someone had more questions?
Yes, sir.
And Vidhi, I wanted to tell something.
Nayana, Vidhi, can we ask the questions in next class, because our guest also has to go, no? He's been a very kind guest and speaker. We will ask.
2 seconds.
Okay, okay, go ahead.
Sir, the first thing, the third thing is that whenever I have a doubt in one sum or anything in any subject, my father or mother helps me. And the fourth thing is that whenever I pray to God, all the Sanskrit prayers, almost some Sanskrit prayers have been taught by my grandmother and my father, sir.
Sir, my battery is getting low, so I'm leaving. Bye, sir. Have a nice day. Good night,
Can I also tell one small thing? Vidhi, can I also tell a small thing?
Yeah, please go ahead. Go ahead.
When I was small, I used to tell my mother that I want to meet some God, and then I was like, I think I can meet Lord Shiva because he resides in Kailasha, which is in earth only. But then I used to have the doubt: do people go to Kailasha? But then when I grew a bit more, then I found out that people can hike up to the mountain. Then I thought I may go someday and meet Lord Shiva, but now I think that God is everywhere, and if you go to Kailasha, there'll be a different kind of a feeling, but here also there's God.
Very good.
Great, great, great. So Kiran, do you think these kids require to go to Kailasha?
Kailasha is here only.
Correct. In all of these kids,
But,
we see unity.
Yeah.
See, they have so much of energy. They have understanding. This last, what she said was so nice. Thank you,
And
Vidhi.
Vidhi, you have this prayer always, and you will get an opportunity to go visit Kailash.
We all will go.
Sir,
We all
me and
our
my
kids
friends
will go.
always thought that we could become adventurous when we grow up. We still think that. So that's why we go on, we make up our own games that we are going to adventure in the Mount Everest, and we get some big kind of disaster, and we are surrounded by leopards, snow leopards, and all that. We make our own games.
You can do adventures, Nayana, but always keep safety in mind. Okay?
Since
Thank
it's
you,
an
Nayana.
appointment, we don't have to do it.
We are all, as you know, in 17 chapter, in this chapter only, we have seen we are asammoha. What were we? Asammoha. Those who believe in God get power to fly in the space. Okay. Those who have that extraordinary powers, they can go deep in the oceans. So we are all asammoha according to Vibhuti of Lords. Okay. Because we also have that spark in us. We have that. Within every cell of us is none other than God. Okay. So one day we all will go to Kailasha, maybe once again with Dr. Kiran. Children, Dr. Kiran was among all of 50 of us. Only 4 people did walking pradakshina to entire Kailasha. That was one was Dr. Kiran by foot. He never took any pony or horse. So maybe one day you also will do that. It is 56 kilometers walking in 19,000 height feet. At one level, we go to 19,000 feet. Oxygen is only 70% in the air. Yes, yes, Nayana. Your expression is right.
Sachin is the most important person amongst all.
So nice. Thank you so much, all of you.
Thanks. It was my pleasure.
And we will see you again, maybe someday.
Definitely.
Okay.
Nice.
And Rishikesh. You are there, Rishikesh? Srinidhi, all who have joined for the first time. Atit. Thank you, everyone. See you next time.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Dhanyawad, sir. Bye.
Bye.